Well, guys, I'm back. I got the old rust bucket outside there. I'm gonna get ready to swap front axle. Plan today, or this video I should say, is I want to get axle swap, pull the bed off of it, and get fuel tanks out, and get this thing a roller on its own axles that we plan to put underneath it. Once I get the bed off and the fuel tanks and everything out and whatnot, I'm going to prep it for the wrecker boom to go inside the bed and get all the mounts set up for that. After that's all done, I want to get rid of this hood. This hood's all tacoed up, these early 70s to early 80s Chevys. They had real bad framework, I should say, inside of them, and if you didn't close them right, they would taco up pretty bad. So I got another hood for that we're gonna throw this one away and get another one on it, and get a new motor, or get the old motor pulled out of this and start prepping this thing for drivetrain. Follow along. Well, I got the front axle all pulled out, as you can see. I'm gonna try to use these factory springs for now until I get some order. I'm going to just try to keep this thing as stock height. Maybe if I do order some springs, maybe the 2-inch lift springs, not much. On the rear, I already threw just some old 37s I have laying around for making rollers, and you know, they fit. Have to do a lot of cutting and whatnot, but I already plan on cutting, considering all this is all over the place. Well, guys, it's a new day. I got busy with some other stuff yesterday with the kids, so I didn't get the front axle underneath this thing like I planned to. I'm gonna hurry and try to throw it underneath here, kind of get it bolted up. I got some other things I gotta go take care of, so I'm only got a couple hours right now. And before this video is over, I plan on getting these axles at least underneath this truck that I want to use, and we'll see how much further we can get in that time frame. Keep watching. Well, that axle's halfway underneath there. I think I like it, you know, like I plan to cut those fenders out and make all the clearance for those tires, and trying to keep this thing low. I still need to bolt it all in and everything. I need to reconfigure this whole steering. I just had this bar in here just make it easy when I was putting it in. But for the most part, she's looking how I wanted it to look. Like I said, cut fenders up, get myself, you know, come across here and up pretty much to that body line, and cut all the way out as much as I can get. If I can do it with keeping the inner fender in, that'd be awesome, but the inner fender might end up having to come out, or trim and modify it up. But I think all in all, once I get that rear axle on and get that boom in the bed, start mocking all that up, you guys will start getting an idea of what I got going on here. She should look pretty good. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it as low as I can. You know, not as top heavy, lower center of gravity. And that wheel and tire combo looks good. You know, that Super Swamper and some race lines. I think this thing's gonna look pretty rad when it's got that rear axle underneath it and a boom in the bed. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. I got some other things I gotta go take care of. Man, and those tires barely sticking out. Yeah, I like the look of that. Well, getting ready to swap that rear axle underneath that truck. I needed to build some spring perches. So I got myself a piece of 3" by 3" square tubing. I'll build my own. I'll drill that out for your leaf spring pin to set. I can get two perches out of this chunk. It's about 5.5 inches long. And then you can see I got this wonky design here. So what we'll do is we'll cut this out, and this will set, that's your arch for your axle, and then out. And this top half one will be one perch, and this one will be the other perch. It's basically just mirroring each other. When I get ready to set that other axle underneath, I'll set these on top of it, set the weight of the truck down on it, and then I'll adjust my pinion angle where it needs to be. And I'll tack these suckers in. Then I'll lift the truck back off of it, get a good weld around them so I know they'll stay, and they'll be plenty strong to mount that rear end underneath that truck. And I left enough here that in the future, if I notice some collapsing or whatever may be, I can just take a piece of flat strap and basically cap the end of it in there, you know, just where it's tapered off here, and make it stronger that way. But I don't see any problems with this. Like I said, this one chunk will make two. I set it up to where the seam of this tubing right here is gonna be where I split it right down the middle, so I don't have to worry about a seam flexing or anything on me. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that out and we'll see how it turns out. So there's the new perches. They're not pretty, but they'll work for what I need them to. They're gonna go over here on this axle when I get it up underneath the truck. Just like so, wherever they need to sit, and go from there. I'm gonna start ripping this axle out from underneath there, and we'll go from there. Well, as you guys can see, I got the rear axle underneath here. It's bolted down to leaf springs with U-bolts. I still got to do brake lines and all the shocks and everything, but I'm really digging how it's turning out. Like I said, I plan on cutting fenders and whatnot to fit these tires. We'll see how it levels out once I get the bed, that boom into the bed and everything. I only got the hood off it. I didn't film anything today. I kind of screwed up. I kind of got in the run of things and forgot to pull the camera out. Boom's kind of just sitting there. I don't have it mounted. I gotta fix the top of the headache rack of it where, if you can see, but she's all twisted. So the front support isn't sitting down in the bed where it needs to, so I'll be pulling it back out anyways. I'm gonna probably cut that whole face plate off, build me a heavy one out of probably 1/4 inch, 3/16, just because you can see how thin it was. I plan on getting rid of this hand crank pulley that adjusts the boom up and down, and put an electric winch up there, so I need some heavy plate anyways. but it's coming together how I was hoping it would. And with that boom in there, I don't think I need to lift the front end at all, but it kind of gives you an idea what I had in mind. I'll leave the bed how it is. I'm not going to cut that bed or nothing. I can always just extend that arm out where I need it. Well, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching.